Hello everyone, I just wanted to give you a really quick update on Untitled Code. The update is basically I'm not doing it. If you've been following my attempts to solve every single task in a nice way and something that I could show to you to explain some concepts, some ideas in the Scala language and in functional programming, you have seen my 4 videos on Advent Code, and we barely got to day 13. And basically in the beginning I was almost catching up, I was almost up to date with releasing videos and actually doing the tasks from the next days. But eventually I got so behind that, today is January 25th and Advent of Code ended a month ago and I still haven't finished the last 3 days. So there's obviously a huge delay. And basically the whole problem is that I severely underestimated the difficulty of solving all of these tasks. I didn't really know what the tasks were gonna be. So I kind of assumed that I would be able to finish each task within a day or so, or maybe 2 days, but some of them would be easier. Well, around the middle of it, they started getting so complex that I took multiple days to solve each single task. So now, a month later, I still have 3 more days of tasks to cover. And the last one I've been trying to do for like a week of continuous attempts. Well, not full days because I have work and so on and life, but it's still took me so much time to do it, and it's not even such a difficult task. So why is this happening? Well, first of all, I'm not really enjoying it that much anymore. So in the beginning it was fun because I could do one day, I could show you the solution, and then the next couple days I really thought I could do it and I could keep up with the challenges and just solve them and to give you the solutions and walk you through my thought process that I was going through while I was solving these. So initially I tried such an inefficient approach because I was actually recording my whole solutions, the actual implementation that I was going through the first time, and then describing what I was thinking, what I was doing. And this was very inefficient because the longer it took me to solve the task, the longer it took to describe that and to actually find the relevant parts and the interesting parts in all that footage. So eventually I switched to something more efficient for editing and for actually describing what I'm doing, and I tried to just record a voiceover together with a description of the problem and the solution. But even with that, I still had to do the tasks, and some of them were really challenging on a level that I haven't expected before, and it just proved too time-consuming to achieve. So if I were to actually attempt doing it, I'm pretty confident I could finish the whole solutions reasonably without sacrificing more stuff in the next week or 2, assuming the last 2 aren't really super difficult. But at the same time, I would have to record the descriptions and actually show you the answers and explain the things that I wanted to explain, and that would take much longer to record, edit, and publish. And I'm really not enjoying it that much anymore because it's such a stressful task. I always feel that I'm so much behind on the work that it is no longer fun to solve these tasks at all, which is why I'm not going to do it. I just decided that I don't really need to. I have committed to this task and I really wanted to do it completely and to have a complete series. I would go through all the days from day 1 to 25 and you would have a lot of interesting content, and I was actually hoping it would be way more popular because, as it turns out, almost nobody is watching these videos. If you are, you're amazing, thank you. If you are not, you're still amazing. I don't blame you at all. It's your choice, right? But as much as it is your choice, it is my choice to keep making this, and I'm just too overwhelmed to keep doing it. I have set some goals for myself for this year, for next year. I have so many things that I want to do, and yet I cannot start working on any of that before I finish this. And this could take me weeks or even a month more. I mean, it's been a month since the ending of the challenge. I think I published a video late December, like 28th or 29th, and I haven't really made that much progress since then. I've solved some of the tasks, but not all of them. I've recorded some voiceovers, but not enough to make a whole video and to just be closer to the end than I was before. So it's just such a stressful place at this point. And I sacrificed so much time for this. Like even in the first week, I had multiple occasions when I would actually be still up solving the previous day's tasks or maybe editing the content. And I would still be up when the next challenge appeared. And I live in Europe. Advent of Code starts at 6 a.m. here. And that was just the beginning, because later I spent entire days trying to catch up and then do the editing and so on. And it just took over my life slowly but surely. And for all this talk that I've been doing, like in the seniority video, about taking your time and knowing when to quit and so on, I haven't really followed my own advice much. So this is it, I'm doing it. I'm not really trying to apologize to you, because I know very well that I don't owe you anything. I don't have a responsibility to keep publishing this series, which most of you are not watching. I don't think half of the subscribers have watched a single video from that series. And that's alright. I mean, it's not the most interesting content. But if it's not very interesting, if I'm not enjoying doing it, there's no point. Like, I do this channel for, not just for like attention, for money. I don't get any money from this. I don't even have ads yet. So if you are interested in the series, if you actually wanted to see the ending and more solutions, I cannot give you anything better. Just, you can look at the code, the repository is out there, the solutions to all the tasks from day 1 to 22 are there. And if you have if you just see something that you would like me to explain better, I can just give you like a reply. Just talk to me on Twitter or in the comments, or create an issue in the repository. It's all out there. I'm just not going to commentate on it in whole. I don't have this amount of time. And I cannot afford to keep thinking about this and stressing over it and not deliver on my goals that I have set for myself, that I actually want to achieve, and that these are things that I'm actually passionate about. And this just isn't it anymore. So this isn't an apology. This isn't me trying to make excuses for why I'm not going to finish what I started and what I promised to do. It's more like I set a goal for myself that I didn't know was not feasible, and now that I know it, I know that I should just quit it. I'll still make content videos for this channel, although not the kind that takes this amount of work, something much more simple. We will definitely finish Steve. It's still fun, it's still something that I want to do, something that I enjoy doing, and recording these longer videos is actually a lot of fun. There isn't that much editing, so I can give you almost the raw, almost unedited footage with just some links and creating chapters. That's really not a lot of work on top of what I record. Plus, from what I'm hearing, it's very educational and you all are actually enjoying it. So yeah, this is basically it. I'm just saying what I decided to do, why, and what I'm trying to do here is hopefully give some of you courage when you encounter a similar point in your lives, when you actually decide that you cannot do this anymore and you need a break, or you need to just stop forever. Well, this is such a moment in my life. It really feels hilarious, because it's not something serious. It's not like a tournament. It's not a challenge for money or any kind of other prizes. It's just a fun task that was supposed to be fun, but at some point it started being just an obligation. And listen, if you're not enjoying something and you're not getting paid for it, why are you even doing it? Like, this brings me absolutely nothing. And I actually think it was giving you very close to nothing. The very few of you who watched the content, you probably learned something. I hope it was not time wasted, but it's proportionally just not worth it. I will make much better videos that will have much more useful content, and more of you will actually learn something from that than from the whole Advent of Code series. Which isn't to say I will be producing many of these videos, just some of them, because some of these long-term goals that I have set will actually take up a sizable chunk of my time. So this is what you can expect this year. Also, we recently had a milestone of 2,000 subscriptions, which I'm very thankful for. I'll try to make content for all of you and for newcomers, and actually newcomers to Scala as well, newcomers to Scala, functional programming. But at the same time, I have these other duties. I have a full-time job, which I hope to keep for as long as possible. Until I want to look for another job. And this channel has been a part of my life during the whole pandemic and even before, for quite a while. I think it's been like 2.5 years now. So I hope you understand, I'm just another human like you, and I have my own personal life, I have a job, and all of this, I cannot be all these things at once. I cannot spend a full-time equivalent on just working on these videos. So this is just like a reminder. I know that none of you are visibly expecting me to make any kind of content like that, but I was just going to stop making these videos, and sooner or later you would probably think, why is this happening? Why didn't I finish that? So yeah, this is why. This is just for my own sanity, my mental and physical health, because I'll be honest, I haven't slept well recently and all of this has not helped. So this is just a quick update on Advent of Code, just so that you know what's happening and that this is going to be much easier for me from now on. I feel rested already, having said what I wanted to say, and as usual, I will see you in the next episode.